The summer sun hung low over Willow Creek, casting golden ripples across the slow-moving water, like a warm embrace from the heavens, filling the Thompson family with a sense of peace. The small town of Elmwood, nestled in the heart of the valley, was alive with the hum of cicadas and the laughter of children playing in their yards, a symphony of simple joys that made every heart feel at home. At the edge of town, where the creek widened into a shallow pool, the Thompson family was enjoying a rare afternoon together, their hearts swelling with the kind of happiness that comes from being surrounded by love. Mark and Emily Thompson had brought their 1-year-old daughter Lily to the creek for a picnic, their eyes sparkling with pride as they watched her tiny hands explore the world. It was a perfect day, warm but not stifling, with a gentle breeze carrying the scent of wildflowers, wrapping them in nature's sweetness. Their golden retriever, Max, bounded through the grass, his tail wagging like a metronome, his golden fur catching the sunlight like a beacon of joy. Max was 5 years old, a loyal companion who had been with the Thompsons since before Lily was born. He was gentle, playful, and fiercely protective, especially when it came to the baby. His love for her as deep as the bond he shared with Mark and Emily. Emily spread a blanket on the grass and set Lily down, her chubby hands grasping at a rattle, her blue eyes wide with wonder that melted Emily's heart every time. Mark tossed a stick for Max, who raced after it with boundless energy, his playful barks echoing like laughter. The couple chatted about mundane things, work, the weather, plans for the weekend, while keeping an eye on Lily, their voices soft with contentment. The creek was shallow here, barely a foot deep, and the current was gentle. It seemed like the safest place in the world, a haven where nothing could touch their happiness. But the creek had secrets, and a quiet dread lurked beneath its serene surface. Just beyond the picnic spot, where the bank sloped slightly, the water deepened unexpectedly. A hidden dip, carved by years of subtle currents, created a pocket where the water reached nearly 3 feet, enough to be dangerous for a toddler who could barely walk, a silent threat that made Emily's heart skip when she thought of it later. Max returned with the stick, dropping it at Mark's feet, but his attention shifted, his loyal heart sensing something amiss. His ears perked up, and his head tilted toward Lily, who had crawled a few feet away from the blanket, drawn by a shiny pebble glinting in the sunlight, her innocent curiosity tugging at her. Emily was unpacking sandwiches, her mind wrapped in the warmth of the moment, and Mark was wiping sweat from his brow, chuckling at a silly thought. Neither noticed how close Lily had gotten to the water's edge, a moment of distraction that would haunt them forever. Lily, oblivious to danger, reached for the pebble, her tiny hand stretched out, and she leaned forward, her balance faltering. In an instant, she tumbled into the creek with a soft splash, the sound piercing Emily's soul like a knife. The water wasn't deep, but for a baby, it was enough. She flailed, her arms splashing weakly, her cries muffled as her face dipped below the surface, sending a jolt of terror through the air. Max reacted before anyone else, his instincts kicking in, sharp and primal, driven by a love that knew no bounds. With a low bark that cut through the haze of the afternoon, he bolted toward the creek, his paws kicking up dirt, his heart racing with purpose. Emily's head snapped up at the sound, and her heart stopped when she saw Lily in the water, a scream tearing from her throat. "Mark!" she cried, scrambling to her feet, her legs trembling with panic. But Max was already there, a golden blur of courage. He plunged into the creek, his strong legs propelling him through the shallow water. His eyes locked on Lily. She was slipping toward the deeper pocket, her tiny body caught in the subtle pull of the current, her fragile life hanging in the balance. Max reached her just as her head went under again. With a gentle but firm grip, he closed his jaws around the back of her onesie, careful not to hurt her, his heart pounding with determination. His powerful muscles strained as he pulled her upward, keeping her face above the water, a guardian angel in fur. Emily and Mark reached the bank seconds later, their faces pale with terror, their hearts gripped by a fear they'd never known. Max was standing in the creek, water streaming from his fur, holding Lily securely, his strength a beacon of hope. Her cries pierced the air now, loud and frantic, but she was safe, and the sound of her voice was a miracle to her parents' ears. Mark waded in and took Lily from Max's grip, clutching her tightly against his chest, tears welling in his eyes as he felt her tiny heartbeat against his own. Emily followed, tears streaming down her face as she reached for her daughter, her hands trembling with relief and love. "Lily, oh my God, Lily," Emily sobbed, stroking the baby's wet hair, her voice breaking with the weight of what could have been. Lily coughed and sputtered, but she was unharmed, her blue eyes wide with confusion, yet safe in her parents' arms. Mark looked at Max, who stood panting in the water, his golden fur plastered to his body, his loyal eyes fixed on the family he loved. "Good boy," he said, his voice thick with emotion, a lump in his throat as he fought back tears. "Good boy." The rest of the afternoon was a blur, a whirlwind of fear and gratitude. The Thompsons wrapped Lily in a blanket and rushed her to the local clinic, just to be sure she was okay, their hearts still racing with the aftershocks of panic. The doctor confirmed she was fine. No water in her lungs, no injuries. "You're lucky," he said, his words landing like a gift. If she'd been in the water any longer, it could have been much worse. Emily hugged Lily tighter, her tears falling silently as she thanked the stars for Max. Back at home, Max lay on the living room rug, his head resting on his paws, still damp from the creek but calm, as if he understood the magnitude of what he'd done. Emily knelt beside him, scratching behind his ears, her heart overflowing with gratitude. "You're our hero, Max," she whispered, her voice soft with awe, tears brimming as she looked into his gentle eyes. "You saved her." Word of Max's bravery spread quickly through Elmwood, like a warm wave of pride. By the next morning, neighbors were stopping by with treats for the dog and congratulations for the Thompsons, their voices filled with admiration. The local newspaper ran a story titled, "Hero Dog Saves Baby from Drowning," complete with a photo of Max looking noble and slightly confused by all the attention, his quiet heroism touching every heart in town. In the weeks that followed, the Thompsons couldn't stop talking about Max, their voices filled with love and wonder. They bought him a new collar, red with a shiny brass tag that read, "Hero," a small token for a dog who'd given them everything. They were more vigilant with Lily, never letting her near the creek without holding her hand, their hearts forever marked by the fear of that day. But they also trusted Max more than ever. He'd proven he was more than a pet. He was family, a guardian with instincts sharper than any human's, a soul bound to theirs by love. One evening, as the sun set over Willow Creek, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink, Mark sat on the porch with Max at his side, his heart full of a quiet, profound gratitude. Lily was asleep in her crib, safe and sound, and Emily was inside, humming softly as she washed dishes, her melody a testament to their restored peace. Mark reached down to pat Max's head, his touch gentle and reverent. "You're one of a kind, buddy," he said, his voice warm with love, a smile tugging at his lips as he looked at his faithful friend. Max thumped his tail against the porch, his eyes bright in the fading light, a silent promise of his unwavering devotion. The creek still flowed, serene and deceptive, but the Thompsons knew they'd never take its calm for granted again, the memory of that day etched into their souls. And Max, ever watchful, seemed to know it too. His heart as steady as the current. He'd saved Lily once, and if the need ever arose, he'd do it again. That was just who he was. A dog with a heart as deep as the water he'd pulled her from. A hero whose love had changed their lives forever.